All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about Jermell Iron Man Charlo and Terence Bud Crawford, and a big warning coming from Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s former trainer, former cornerman, Nate Jones. And this is a warning to Terence Crawford, but something you probably don't have to warn him about, because he probably didn't have any intention on doing it anyway. But let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 154-pound division, speaking about Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford, and some things that former Floyd Mayweather Jr. cornerman Nate Jones had to say about it. But before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of really good boxing conversations that take place on this channel, and you being part of it would be an absolutely wonderful thing. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter, or a recent subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for all you guys do in the by watching the videos, sharing the videos, and a special thank you to the people, that small but growing group of people that actually help sponsor videos like this by donating to the channel in the super thanks, which is a heart with a $sign in your lower right-hand corner. You can see this on videos of a lot of different videos on YouTube, and it is a way that you can support the content creators and encourage them to continue to make the content that you like. So this particular one is an ongoing saga of what is Terence Crawford going to do next. Now, Terence Crawford had made a promise to the world and said, if he does not get the fight with Errol Spence Jr., then he is going to go to 154 and he is going to look to fight Jermell Charlo. Now, there has not been any movement in that regard as of late, for several reasons. The most important reason is that Jermell Charlo broke his hand, and so his fight that he was going to have with Tim Tszyu, I do believe it was supposed to be 2 weeks from now, has now been delayed. May be happening in April, may happen in May, but push that back because of Jermell Charlo's injured hand. Now, when Nate Jones, who was a former cornerman and was on the team for Floyd Mayweather Jr. throughout his career, was asked about that fight, he gave Terence Crawford a pretty stiff warning, as in, do not do that. Okay, because what he said was, look, man, Terence Crawford has done a lot in his career, going from 135 to 140 to 147. However, when you start dealing with those guys up at 154, your size can only take you so far. Your frame can only take you so far. And what you're doing with those smaller guys are not going to work with those bigger guys. I do not think Terence Crawford has the power or the frame or the physical frame to cause Jermell Charlo many problems. And so you would be much better off staying down there at 147 pounds. Now, for me, I would say that I agree 100%. I have been in a situation where I've stood very close to Terence Crawford, and I've been in another situation where I stood very close to Jermell Charlo. Let me assure you, Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford are radically different sized human beings. One is, I would suspect, is somewhere, if I didn't, I'm not looking at their BoxRec stats, so please do not come tell me about their BoxRec stats, okay? There's all kind of people that are listed in sports taller and shorter than they actually are, right? For whatever reason that they do it. Kevin Durant, for example, is not 6'10". He is about 7'1". That is a very, very tall man and who did not want to be listed as a 7-footer. So I do believe when he was at Texas Tech, he actually listed himself as 6'9", when he was most definitely nowhere near 6'9", definitely a lot taller than 6'9". Also, you've got other people that are making themselves taller, that makes them taller. I mean, shorter than most people are shorter than what they list. But as I stood next to Terence Crawford, I would say that Terence Crawford is somewhere around 5'7", 5'8", something around there. When I stood next to Jermell Charlo looks like he's something around 5'11", could be approaching 6 feet tall. 5'10", 5'11", something like that, right up on 6 feet tall, may not be 6 feet tall. But more importantly than that, the build of the two guys, radically different builds. This guy is much bigger. Jermell Charlo is much bigger than Terence Crawford is. Terence Crawford looked like, again, about 5'7", slender build. Jermell Charlo, still not a slender build, but, clearly in shape, right? So wasn't toting around a lot of body fat or any of that, but still a significantly different size frame than Terence Crawford. Also, when you look at the way that those guys fight, if Terence Crawford cannot hurt Jermell Charlo because his one punch power does not carry up to 154 pounds, where you have a guy like Jermell Charlo that's already proven that he's got a chin, have seen him get hit by guys at 154 and guys that look like they could definitely be at 160, where they could move up to 160. And you see the power that Jermell Charlo is toting. That power Jermell is toting is nothing like any of those fighters at 147 pounds, 140 pounds, 135 pounds. And so there's always going to be people that say, well, what about the skills? What about the skills? What about the skills? His skills are going to overcome this. His skills are going to overcome that. Look, the great Floyd Mayweather Jr. was, when he was still fighting, people were trying to get him to fight Gennady Golovkin. And he was, if I recall correctly, was pretty straightforward about that by saying, that guy's too big. Sorry, at a certain point in time, man, you cap out how big a guy you can fight. Same thing went with, and also, now it does depend on the guy. Now, I'm sure there are guys that are 160 pounds that Floyd Mayweather Jr. would mop the floor with. But not every 160 pounder is Gennady Golovkin. Not every 160 pounder is Jermell Charlo, right? So similarly, when Anthony Joshua had 3 belts and Andre Ward was saying, hey, look, I'll fight Anthony Joshua, right? He felt like, rightly or wrongly, he felt like he could do something with Anthony Joshua. When they said, well, okay, will you fight Deontay Wilder? He said, I'm not crazy, right? Now, what's the difference between the two of them? He may be able to outbox Anthony Joshua, may be able to get on the inside what Anthony Joshua feels like. Maybe if he gets hit with something big, he can deal with it. Versus if he's fighting Deontay Wilder, when he absolutely positively knows he's going to get hit with something and does not believe that what he gets hit with, he's going to be able to get up from, right? So I'm just not going to do it. That guy there, based on his skill, a combination of his size, his skill set, and all of that, is too big for me. And that, I think, is safe to say that is the situation for, at least that's what Nate Jones is saying, is the situation with Floyd Mayweather Jr., with Terence Crawford and Jermell Charlo. But hey, man, hope maybe Terence Crawford will keep his word and go up there to 154 pounds. I highly doubt it. I think he's going to stay down there at 147 pounds. I think Arrow's going to move up to 154 pounds. And then we're going to see what Terence Crawford is going to do or not do with the young lions that are in that division now, the Jaron Ennis's, the Virgil Ortiz. I doubt very much he'd fight somebody like Villa. But if Speedy Rashidi Ellis gets a rematch with Villa and can somehow come back on top, something like that. But more than likely, what Terence Crawford is going to do. More than likely what Terence Crawford is going to do is he's going to find another David Evaneshan. He's going to find something, maybe if he can get something that resembles an Amir Khan, some level of fighter like that, he's probably going to do that a couple more times and retire. At least, that's how I see it. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.